Today we'll begin with the operating system fundamentals and the need for moving on to Linux environment, right? So today's agenda is what is an operating system, a basic understanding, and then getting into an understanding of why we need Linux for DevOps, differences between virtualization, virtual machines, and the cloud concepts, right? These are the things we'll look into today, all the intros and the basic fundamentals to get started to learn Linux basics, okay? So what is an operating system? Any operating system, be it Windows or Linux, whatever it is. What is an operating system and why do we need an operating system? I believe every one of us are using something or the other OS, right? So what is an operating system? Why do you think you need it? Very basic question just to refresh and proceed.
To communicate between hardware.
Yeah, it works like a software or a program which acts as an interface between hardware, computer hardware components and the user, right? Every computer system must have at least one operating system to run other programs, right? Like it works like a layer which connects the user and any program. Let's suppose you want to write something in a Word document. You need an operating system, right? Or else you want to paint something or play a game. You need an operating system, right? It works like an interface um, between the computer and the hardware, computer hardware and the user, which helps you execute your task. Not only that, operating system will help us in multitasking, right? Like if you want to open multiple applications, it will help in allocating the resources. And when some application is idle, it will move or swap these resources to other application kind of, right? All of this will be taken care by an operating system. When we say all of this is taken care by an operating system like memory management, right? User management, all of this. When we say all of this is taken care by operating system, actually it's a kernel which does this, right? Kernel is the core component of an operating system. It makes the communication between the hardware and software possible. So all the memory allocation, right? Intelligence in moving the resources to other applications when a particular application is idle, right? Multitasking, all of them are possible because of this code component called kernel. This is like a heart for an operating system. And again, there are different types of kernels, right? If you see, Linux uses something called monolithic kernel, which consumes more space, which needs more resources, okay, but which is quite faster. Whereas Windows uses microkernel, which takes less space, right, but runs the system more efficiently. I mean, my monolithic kernel works more efficiently. Windows uses microkernel, which occupies less space and also performance is low. Whereas the monolithic kernel, even though it consumes more space, it is more efficient and it helps working more effectively than in Windows. That's one of the reason for using Linux. More efficient kernel, which makes the processing very faster, right? Uh, so that's one of the basic difference you need to note. Not only that, Unix systems are more secure, less vulnerable for thefts and attacks, unlike Windows. See, here are some of the differences between Linux and Windows. Linux is an operating system which is free to use, whereas Windows, you know, right? You have to purchase the license. And in Linux file system, files and folders, these names are case sensitive. But again, that's not the case in Windows. Linux uses monolithic kernel, whereas Windows uses microkernel. Linux is more efficient in operation as compared to Windows, whereas Windows is less efficient in operations because of various reasons, like I told about security, efficiency, and also Linux. Majority of the Linux, we have CLI and GUI is very rare in Linux. Also, we prefer CLI only in real time because that's how we can do the things efficiently. Windows, because of this GUI also, it is more heavy and it's less efficient. Right, and Linux uses forward slashes where Windows uses backward slashes. As we get into the environment, you will understand this more. Linux is highly secure as compared to Windows. Like I mentioned, it's less vulnerable for thefts and attacks. So these are some of the reasons for choosing Linux. Um, but yeah, DevOps is not restricted to any particular platform or OS. It is a methodology. It's a process you can implement for any application, any technology, any platform. So DevOps methodology is applicable irrelevant of the platform. But this OS specific usage is more opted because of another reason that majority of the DevOps tools needs Linux platform. Like some of the examples, like if you take Docker, Docker is natively developed for Linux, but today we have Docker for Windows also. From Windows 10 and above, you have Docker. But still, Docker is like we mostly use Linux environments. And also, if you see Kubernetes cluster, the nodes can be Linux and Windows also. Combination is preferred. You can have, sorry, combination is also possible, not preferred, but yeah, it is also possible. You can have some worker nodes Windows, some worker nodes Linux. But again, Linux is preferable and more widely used. Similarly, if you take Prometheus to launch, to run, to install Prometheus, you need a Linux server, even though it monitors any environment. So that's another thing. Even for Ansible, Ansible controller machine should be a Linux server. So you have certain dependencies and a majority of the efficiency or the effective utilization or effective build of the pipelines over the Linux environment. So yeah, preferably Linux is chosen. So you need to learn Linux, the basics, working with the file system, file navigation. This is enough to get started. Unless if you are looking for a specific role related to Linux admin and all, this is enough to get started into DevOps. As you keep using it, you get used to it. Remember, this is not something you will learn in a day, right? You have to keep using it to get familiarized with this because it's an environment. Like, let me say, if you are using Windows, imagine or just try to recollect the days when you started your operating system. Maybe very early days in your childhood somehow. When you started Windows, it itself is a new, right? You will be struggling to move to the folder or open the folder, go to the start menu, kind of, right? If you can recollect that very old or basic days in our life, right? When you are learning the computer. Same is the case. Means it's just you open a file here through the UI, you double click and open, but you have command prompt also in Windows, right? So in Linux, you will have only that CLI thing. You will not, or you are not advised or supposed to use that GUI, which is where CLI is preferred. So you have to get used to it. That's it. Only thing is you keep using it, you get to use it. That's all you have to do. So that's why I said it's not something you learn it in an overnight. Through practice, every day you get log into those Linux servers and navigate through, you get used to it. That's a basic understanding everyone should have. Am I clear or any questions? You understood why we are going for Linux or any
Yes,
question?
Preethi.
Yes.
Right. So that's the reason we will be going for Linux. Now comes, okay, I'm having a Mac laptop. I have another Windows laptop. Same is the case with you. Maybe same is the case with you. Like you may be having two Windows laptops or Windows or Linux, or else you may be having one laptop with Mac or Windows or another Linux. So the point is, where are you going to practice, learn this DevOps? If you let's suppose you are having Mac or Windows. So like how do you learn this? Any option? Do you buy another laptop for it? Or any
Virtual machines.
You can create virtual machine in your laptop, right? So yeah, majority of you, I believe, might have idea of it. How many of you know VM? Can I just know to understand the batch? How many of you know VMs?
I know a little bit from YouTube, that's it.
That's enough. Like you get a basic knowledge of
Yeah.
it. That's fine. Just raise your hands. How many of you are aware of? Awareness is enough. Just raise your hands. Don't remove it. I just want the count. 6 people. That's all. 7. That's it. 8, 9. Not bad. We are 13 people joined today, out of which 9 have got an idea. That's not bad. So only thing is, glad that majority of you have an idea. It's nothing but a virtual machine is nothing but an entity which runs on your main operating system, like your laptop. Let's say your laptop is having Windows. You could launch a virtual machine of Windows on it and use it to accomplish certain tasks. See here, virtualization uses software to create an abstraction layer over computer hardware that allows the hardware elements of a single computer, processors, memory, storage, and more to be divided into multiple virtual computers called virtual machines. Like, it will help you, the virtualization helps you to launch some virtual machines, right? Where you can share the the CPU, memory, and all of them with your host. Meaning, let me show you, this diagram should help you understand better. See here, let's say this is my computer, my laptop, okay, my laptop hardware. Okay, mine is Windows. This is host OS, means the main operating system. Let's imagine I have Windows laptop. Now, to launch the VM or to create the VM, you should have something called hypervisor. Hypervisor is a software which will help you launch the VMs, which will help you create the VMs, right? Have you used any hypervisor, any examples for hypervisors?
VMware,
And then any more? Yes, VMware, correct?
Is it a
VirtualBox.
cloud?
No,
Citrix.
keep cloud
VirtualBox
aside,
is there.
not cloud. Oracle VirtualBox, VMware,
Cit-
VM Workstation.
Citrix.
Yeah, VM Workstation, and you have Hyper-V and so on, right? ESXi, so many. These are all hypervisors. Just understand, hypervisor is a software, right? It's a software which will help you create a virtual machine in your laptop, which will help you launch a virtual machine in your laptop. And also, see, these are the virtual machines we have started, let's suppose. They can have any operating system. See, they have guest OS, means their own operating system. They'll have their own operating system, which sits above the host operating system. This guest operating system could be Linux or whatever. But all the resources, memory, CPU will be allocated from the host only. Right? They will be allocated from the host only. Right? So the host should have enough resources to launch the VMs. So likewise, for our learning purpose, we can launch some VMs and use it to learn DevOps. Right? This is one of the architecture for VMs. But like I said, it will consume the resources. Your host, you should allocate some resources from your laptop. Let's say if you want to run 10 VMs or 5 VMs because you need multiple servers to learn DevOps, right? Too many VMs means you have to allocate majority of the host resources will be consumed. Your system gets hanged up, right? So one of the challenge, like you need to expand your CPU memory resources, which is costly. Second thing, you should take care of the recovery, right? If something goes wrong, you should take care of the recovery, backup of the data on your VMs. Okay, see that VMs are running, their availability you should take care of. So you have to have all this maintenance overhead, correct? Which is going to be quite challenging for my case. I want to learn DevOps, but these things are overhead for me, right? So this is one type of architecture. And the same similar way, companies can have this type of bare metal architecture. Hosted architecture is what I explained just now, which is for your personal usage. Bare metal architecture is where we use in the organizations like professional space, right? What they'll do, they'll have their huge hardware. Above that, directly they can put the hypervisor. They don't need an OS like this. Hypervisor, best example for this bare metal architecture is ESXi. Another example, another hypervisor, which supports bare metal architecture. Above that, they'll have again VMs. Just the architecture, slight difference. but still even that have the same issues like cost, because they need to maintain this physical servers, which is going to be costly. They need to maintain a separate team. Physical servers are costly. They need to maintain a separate team to manage it, right? They need to make sure it's taken care of 27 or 24/7, and they should take care of their availability, backup, recovery during the disasters and so on, right? This is nothing but the company's own data center. They can have their own data center. These are the challenges. Am I making sense? If companies have their own data center, their own physical servers, these are the challenges. Even though they use this VM for 2 hours only, but still they need to manage it for the entire 24 hours. They need to take care of it. Am I correct? Agree with me, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Or you can
Yes,
lower
Preethi.
your hands. You can lower your hands and let me know if you're clear with this. Okay. So these are all the overhead we have. So actually, this was the practice. Companies used to have their own data centers, their own DC, multiple DCs, their availabilities, recovery, all of this would be taken care by, which is going to affect all these areas. So now, instead of managing their own data centers, even companies are going for something else called, what is that?
Cloud.
Cloud. Cloud is nothing but on-demand computing resources delivered to us over the internet is called cloud. Means company will not have its own data center now. Rather, they were renting certain infrastructure from someone else data centers, which is nothing but who are nothing but cloud providers. They are AWS, GCP, Azure, DigitalOcean, Linode, so many hundreds of cloud providers are evolving. And yeah, we have our data center or our infra over their data center. Means we are not bothered about, means we will not look into this cost. Okay, we don't need to pay for the entire day. You pay only for what you use. If you use 2 hours, you pay only for 2 hours. You don't need a separate team, right? You don't need a separate team. It is a self-serviced, right? You can just log into the console and spin up the infra. You don't need a separate team for it. You don't need a separate team to manage the 24/7 availability. Cloud provider will take care of it. You don't need to work for their high availability again. Backup, recovery during disasters, all of this will be taken care by the cloud providers. Isn't it so great? You don't need to maintain their own data centers. Now companies are going after this cloud to overcome all these problems. It is self-service, metered. You pay only for what you use. You get everything with a single click from over the internet. Am I clear and good? So there are
Yes.
so many cloud providers. Even for our learning also, we are going to go for cloud. Instead of having all this on our laptop, we'll go for cloud and use some VMs which are running on AWS data center for our learning. Got it? We'll go to cloud, we'll create some VMs. Those VMs will be running on AWS, Amazon Web Services. It will be running on Amazon data centers. We'll be use it for our learning for 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever, and then just stop it.
So cloud is replacing hypervisor.
No, cloud is we are using the infrastructure from someone else data center.
Okay. So
Company,
hypervisors are like
company is not using their own data center. Okay, company is using someone else data center. Means they have already have the hypervisor, they have their data center, they have launched the VMs. We are just using those VMs. Hypervisor is still there, but that we are not looking after it, or it is irrelevant to us, which hypervisor they are using. See, this data center is still there. Okay. Who is
okay.
having this data center? AWS, some cloud providers are having this data center. Company is not having their own data center. From AWS data center, what I'll do, AWS data center has created this hypervisor. I mean, they have used hypervisor, whatever that architecture, we are not bothered. They'll have some VMs. Okay, let's say I'm from some company. I'll use these VMs from AWS and pay for what I use. For how many hours I use, I just pay for it. I'm not bothered about what hypervisor AWS is using and all. Still the same. but we don't bother about it. We just log into these VMs and use it and pay for AWS.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Similarly, for our learning purpose also, I'll just use some VMs. There is a free tier. So we'll go for that free tier and we'll use it. Good.
Yes.
So if you see, there are different cloud providers like AWS, GCP, Azure, and you can see the graph. Right, AWS is clearly winner in this category. It's very widely used. Of course, GCP is used. See, like I said, new clouds are coming, modifications are happening. You never know which cloud runs the rules the market. Okay. So again, there will be a lot of controversies, discussions, misconceptions, which cloud should learn. Only the so-and-so cloud is having demand, so-and-so cloud is having demand, AWS is there, AWS is gone, Azure is there. A lot of things we see. Only understand in any part, either you learn any tool, learn master one tool under the category. Here also, learn one cloud. Companies are looking for people who are flexible to work on any other cloud. They are not looking for people who need only Azure. If you know GCP also, they are good, majority of the companies, because they are picking up people with expectation that tomorrow something else might come up. Nothing is permanent or fixed here. DevOps tools are huge. The tool stack is huge. You should be flexible to learn and mold to any tools and technologies. So if you have knowledge of one, it would be easy for you. They're expecting you to explore and jump into the other. So here we'll be looking after AWS. We'll be using our infra on AWS, but you'll also get exposure to how you can use it on-prem. So we'll be going for AWS. And so that's the reason we go for AWS. Now we can go to AWS, create some free account, create a Linux instance, and start learning Linux. Good to go, or any questions from anyone?
Good.
Right. So now let's go to AWS. First, create a free account. See here, you can go to this free account, sign up for it. Okay, put some user email address, account name. Okay, verify it. Just go through few steps. All these were available in your drive. 6 steps, that's it. Okay, like you create any Gmail account, similar way you have to do. Here are the steps. These steps means this UI might be a little bit changed by the time I created this, but it would be almost similar. It makes sense. See, put the email ID, password. This page is different, right? But it's almost the same. So just follow this and sign up. It will take 6 steps to sign up, 5 steps actually, which will let you sign up. And during the sign up, you should provide your credit card or debit card details. That is for your validity. It will deduct 2 rupees and it will also credit back. But you have to provide it for checking your validity. Okay, so once you create it, you can log into your account. This is how you will see. Let me grab the credentials. And you can check one more thing. What is meant by free account? Free tier, right? Free account is nothing but whenever you create a new account, yeah, it is free for 12 months. And it's not that it's unlimited usage is free. What is free actually? In this 12 months, every means AWS has got so many services like compute service, which is like a VMs. Okay, like you have so many services, each service has a limit. If you look into compute, right, means EC2, Elastic Cloud Compute, which is nothing but like your VMs, 750 hours per month are free for 12 months. Am I making sense? 750 hours per month is free for 12 months after you sign up. Every month you'll get 750 hours of usage for free. It's more than enough for you to do hands-on. Okay. But if you go beyond 750 hours, you will be charged. That you should take care of. You will never go beyond that, but still you should be taking care of it. Similarly, storage service, 12 months, 5 GB is free. Like that RDS service, 750 hours, and so on. So that's a free tier eligibility. Whenever you use something, you should check your free tier eligibility and use it. Okay. Now, yeah, if you come here. Yeah, okay. So once your account is created, you can log in and you can create a VM. So let me show you that. Let me log in. So you will see this. Just go to EC2 Elastic Cloud Compute. It will help you launch your VMs. If you go to instances, I do have some instances. Instances are nothing but the VMs which are running on. Where are they running? Are they running on my system?
Jenkins must have.
They're all running on AWS. Okay, there are some virtual machines, 3 virtual machines. So you can create a new virtual machine to do hands-on. Click on launch, give some name as demo. And see here, you can choose the application operating system. You can create any sort of VM, like VM from of any operating system, like Windows, Mac, or whatever. So here you can choose Amazon Linux. In this drop down, choose Amazon Linux 2. Amazon Linux 2 is nothing but CentOS Red Hat based. These are nothing but different distributions of Linux. Okay, choose this one. Don't choose this 2023. Okay, commands would be slightly different as per the distribution of the OS. So choose this one, Amazon Linux 2. And if you scroll down, you will also see instance type. Means type defines how much of CPU memory you need. Okay, we need one CPU, one vCPU, 1 gigs of memory is enough for our hands-on for our lab as of now. So go to T2 Micro. Also, you should see free tier eligible. Don't go for something like this, which is not free tier eligible. Okay. So go for this free tier eligible. Then to log into this machine, see you create your instance, but you need to connect your instance, right? So to connect your instance, keeper login is required. For the the concept behind keypad is as such. We will learn this concept tomorrow. For now, just go through the steps. Okay, like create a new keypad. Give some keypad name like ABCD I'm giving. Create a keypad. See, whenever you create, it will be downloaded automatically. This is mandatory and very important for you to connect your VM. If you lost this, you cannot connect to it. So just be careful with it. Save it properly. That's all you have to do. Leave everything else default and launch the instance. So successfully launched the instance. Now if you go, you can see here, the new instance is created. It's in pending state. It will be coming up in few minutes.
Preethi, in AWS, which user we should use for practice? IAM user or root user?
For now, go with root user. Ideally, we should be using
Okay.
regular users. We did not learn those concepts yet. So for now, use root user. Okay, once we learn IAM, we'll go for it. So this is your instance. Okay, fine. VM is running, but I want to log in and learn Linux. How to log into this? How to connect to this? Yes. So there are multiple ways to connect. I'll show you. If you go here again, there are different ways you connect, like browser-based connection, git mash connection, different ways. I'll show you those now, how to connect. Even they were documented, okay, for your reference. So first method of connection is just select this checkbox and you will see connect button. Click this, go to EC2 instance connect, a quick and a browser-based connection. Okay, just click on connect. This browser-based connection. See, already connected. You can run any Linux commands like ls, pwd, cd commands. We'll learn those, but yeah, you are logged in. Very simple, but for this, you need access to this console. Always console access may not be given, this AWS console, right? So this should be limited usage. Preferred usage is SSH through SSH, which we'll see now. Good to go? Understood the first way, quick way to connect?
Where it
Yes.
connected
Yeah?
is we connected means it's on, right?
It's on anyway. You logged into the server. Connected means you logged in from your Windows. You can see the prompt here. You logged in as EC2 user IP address of this instance. If you select, this is the IP address of the instance. You logged into that Linux machine.
Okay.
Are we clear?
Yes.
Yes.
So we are, yeah, we can see everything logged in. And here, if you see, if you select this option, yeah. So let's see the other way to connect. Again, click on connect, go to SSH client. This is the preferred way to connect. And here it gives you a command also. Copy this command. This command should be executed from the location of your PIM file, meaning I have this on downloads folder. You should do it, you should run the command from this location. So if you are using Mac, launch your terminal. If it is Mac, go to your terminal, go to that location downloads, run the command there, because that's the location where the file is present. It says that file is unprotected, permissions are too open. Run this command. Meaning of this command, this is actual Linux concept, we will learn it. Run this command, chmod 400 and the file name. Now again, try to run this. See, you got connected, like from the browser, you got connected from your terminal. If it is Windows, you should do the same from your git bash. If you are Windows guy, you know git bash, right? You might have installed git bash by now. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I want to listen from you. Have you started
Yes.
hands-on on Windows? You launched git bash. So run this command again from your git bash by going to the location of that PEM file. If permission issue, run this command to provide the permissions for that PEM file. And you will be logged into your instance from your terminal or from your git bash if it is Windows. So these are the two ways you need to connect. Okay, this git terminal, git bash, these are works like a different SSH clients. There are also different SSH clients like putty, right? If you want to use putty also, there's a document. Putty is nothing but another SSH client. Like you have git bash, this is another SSH client. Steps are here, you can go through it. Okay, similarly, you can also use mobex term. If anyone knows this, I'm suggesting you. If you don't know, that's fine. Mobex term, putty, these are all different SSH clients you can use like your terminal. Okay, let me just put it here so that anyone want can help. This can help you recollect. 1 minute. Yeah, if it is Mac, there is only one way through terminal. Okay, if it is Mac, go with the terminal and try to connect. If it is Windows, there were different SSH clients you can use. You can use Git Bash, or else you can use Putty, or else you can use mobex stuff. Same like Git Bash, different interfaces, I would say. And terminal uses PEM file. Git Bash also uses PEM file which you downloaded. Putty also uses that key file, but it needs in a different format, PPK format. Right? Only thing is, this is another difference. You can convert this PEM file into PPK format and use it if you want to use it for Putty or mobex stuff. Convert this PEM file to .ppk file, Putty private key file format by using another tool called PuttyGen. If anyone interested, you can go for it. Am I clear? This
Yes.
is for
Yes.
anyone who want to look at those options. Again, if you need help how to convert this PPK to, PEM to PPK, you have those steps also here in connection to Putty. Okay, how to download footage and everything is here. So you can go through it. Once you convert mobex term also, you can use the same PPK. Or else there is also one more option. Whenever you create instance, it is asking us to create a PEM file, right? You can also choose their PPK. Do you want me to show that again? I'm just showing you till this part only. I'll not create another instance. If you go here, create a new key pair. See, default is PEM. We are downloading PEM. Later on, you can convert this PEM to PPK. That's the best format because so that you'll have two formats. Otherwise, if you just want only PPK, you can also go for it. For the use with Putty, do you see that?
Yes.
But I would suggest go for PEM only so that you can use from Git Bash or whatever ways. Later on, you can convert it to PPK. But it's up to you. You have this option also. Okay. So that is
PPK we can't convert into PEM.
no, you can't.
Okay.
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 Follow this document. I would suggest go with Git Bash or Putty. If it is Mac, go with the terminal only option. If it is Windows, you may use mobex term also. That is another good interface as such client. Anything is fine. So finally, we are into the machine. So shall we begin with the Linux basics now? Good to go? After connecting? Yes. Now we are logged in as EC2 user, the default user. Okay, we can begin with the Linux basics. If you're already into it, yeah, this will help you like recap or refresh. Again, all the commands, whatever I'm showing here, were there in your Google Drive. I'll show you in some time. So let's begin with the small commands. ls will list you all the files in the folder, all the files and folders. ls -a will show you hidden folders or files also, which starts with the dot, right? Another thing is, okay, let me increase the font. And PWD means present working directory. This is the directory you are in now. Slash, this indicates that's a parent directory, a root directory. If anyone to speak, I'm having your audio is not clear. If it is bad, please mute, sorry. Okay, present working directory. And let's say you want to move one level back. See, you are in home, under home, another folder called ECT user. Suppose you want to go back. CD ... one level up. See, you are in the home directory. Understood? Earlier you are here, you want to go one level up, cd dot dot. Very basic things, through little practice and understanding, you'll get used to it. Okay? Now, if you want to create a file, you can use touch file1.txt. Permissions, right? To create a file, you need to have a permissions here. Let's go to home EC2 user. Tilde indicates shortcut to home directory. What is home directory and all we'll talk later. So just now create a file here. Right? In the home directory, you are allowed. So I just created a file. If you want to see ls, okay, you have got the file. Echo is like a print command. It will print whatever you write here. So that's just like a print command. Suppose I want to put this hi into this file. You can use an editor called Vim editor. Vim is a default editor. Like you have Notepad, Notepad++, different editors in Windows, right? So Vim is an editor in Linux. Vim file name will open the file to edit. See here, at the bottom, you will see this file name means it's in the command mode. But if you want to type something, you should go to insert. How do you go to insert mode? If you know the answers, let me know. Just be interactive. You can share your ideas. How to go to the interactive mode? Insert mode. Sorry.
Escape and I.
Escape.
Escape and I.
Yeah, escape I. See, you went to insert. Now I write something. Now I want to save and close it. I should go to command mode first. How to go to command mode? Escape, that's it. See, escape I. Observe here. Escape I, insert mode. Escape, command mode. Escape I, insert mode. Only escape, insert, command mode. Now again, colon, WQ, exclamatory will save the file and close the file. Now you want to see whether it is stored or not. Cat. Cat means read the contents. See, yes, you have some content into it. That's how you can edit the files using Vim editor. Again, the document has got all these steps. Let me show you. Here, if you go to this folder, Linux basics, basic commands. See, all the commands are pwd, ls, cd, everything whichever we are learning here. Vim editor is there separately. See, Vim editor. Press I key, insert mode. Press escape key. Go to the normal mode. So you can practice it. And if you want to create a directory, make dir. Right? mkdir means make directory. Create a directory. So let's say demo directory. ls, yes, folder is created. If you want to go inside the folder demo. Right? So that's how now you are inside demo. If you want again, you can create some files here. Touch file to. Okay, you may do this. If you want, you can again go back. We'll see both of them. If you want to copy any file, CP. These are all simple file system operations, right? Copying, creating, navigating, opening, editing. That's all we are looking at. So file 2, I want to copy file 1 and create something as file 2. So if you do ls, yes, file 2 is created, which is copy of file 1. If you see, the content would be also same. Do you see that? If you want to move, yes, move is also possible. Move file 2 into demo folder. Right? Move is different from copy. Right? Move means completely it will move from here and put it in demo. MV command. See, file 2 is not there. It should be there in demo. Go to demo ls. Do you see that? Yes.
We already created like file 2 in demo, so it just overwritten that file.
Oh, yeah. Already it is there means it will be overwritten. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. See? Let's copy it as a different name. Okay, let's do one thing. Here, let me copy file 1 as file 3.txt. Okay, now move this file 3 into demo. Clear will clear the screen. LS will show the files. Now if you go to demo 2, yes, separate file. Good. Following
Yeah.
every simple, just simple. Everyday little practice, you get used to these little commands. Okay, if you want to delete a file, RM,
RM.
yeah, RM file name. It will help you delete the file. See, gone. If you want to delete the folder, RM minus RF will delete the folder, including the contents. What happens if I try to use RM? See, it tells you cannot remove demo. It is a directory. So what you should do, RM minus RF, this will delete the directory and the contents of it recursively. Everything is gone. Right?
And how to delete content in file?
How to delete?
Means some text or content in a file.
Okay. Like just go here. Sorry. Go to home IST user. Oh, I deleted everything. Let me create one more file. You can create the file using Vim also. If file is not there, it will create and open to edit. Hi, hello. Okay, good morning. Something like this, I placed it, saved and closed it. If you see, you have it. Suppose if you want to delete, go to file 1. Okay, if you want to delete any file, go to escape mode and DD will delete that line. Right? Escape mode, command mode. I'm already in the command mode, right? Do you see? Okay, now DD, gone. Gone. That's how you can delete the lines. Okay, here it is. So delete the entire line. Delete next 10 lines, D10. Or undo U, A to jump to end of the line. So you can learn all of this. Okay, practice using Vim editor.
But we in that command means as you without DD, we modify that file, right? Means whatever we want to put there.
I did DD only.
Yes.
See, now escape mode, I run DD. This is gone. Again DD, this is gone. That's nothing but editing the file. You delete or you may use shortcut keys or use delete key.
Okay.
Right, that's about simple operations. Moving, copying, I have shown. If you want to see all the commands you have executed, history command. So it will list all the commands you have used till now for reference. See, Control R will help you search this history. Like I want to search for demo. See, it was showing all the commands related to demo. So a way to search those commands. Control R. Let's say I want to search with CP. See, it is showing CP file 1. I think we can go to browse. Right, that's how you can search and use some commands. And if you want to see any details of your operating system, see there were already so many system defined files. Okay, if you want to know which kind of operating system it is, all that information will be present in a file called etc under etc OS release. Okay, that's actually a path. You may also go this way. cd/etc CD. Okay, here there is a file called OS release. So many files are there. Search for OS release. Open this file. See, this file will have all the details. Ours is Amazon Linux version 2 It's like Amazon ID, and it is like CentOS Red Hat. I told you, right? It's CentOS Red Hat based system, which is more widely used. So it's like CentOS Red Hat based systems. The name is Amazon Linux. All the details you can see here. Good, right? So,
Yes.
so that's the file which will have this information. And these are all system defined files. Already certain files are there, right? If you want to see their count, we'll see count pipe commands later. But yeah, this is how you can see. ls will show you all the files. You don't need to go to that folder and check that. Okay, let's say I'm going back to home EC2 user home directory path. From here also you can do ls of any other folder. You don't need to go there and run ls. From here also you can check. Are we good and clear?
Yes.
So after this, we have user management, like how to manage users. We are saying just EC2 user, default user, right? You'll be having multiple users, how to manage the users, how to manage those like permissions to different users, file permissions, right? So, and then we have package management. How do you install package users, groups, user management, package management? We'll see these things and then a bit of shell scripting, and then we'll get started with Jenkins. That's the plan. This is very basic overview given today. We will start with the next part in the next session. Any questions you have? Anything from anyone? You can go with the complete hands-on, set up your lab and go through these basics, and we can take it forward from here in the next session. Anything else you have, let me know, please. Any questions or any concerns? And also here, go to the quiz portal. You have quiz for today's class also. You have a Linux and Linux quiz 1. Okay, you can go through this basic questionnaire. Relevant to our session.
Okay, Preethi.
We'll meet again on Monday. Until then, please complete any pending hands-on, write Git topics, post it in the group for the queries. And yeah, be prepared for the Monday's class.
What will be the Monday's agenda? Like we'll be continuing Unix.
Yeah, we'll be doing user management, package management on Monday.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
And then shell scripting, and then Jenkins. That's how we progress.
Okay. So are we like, I just have one question, like do we need to be like proficient in Linux or mediator knowledge is enough?
Basic knowledge, working with the file system folders, whatever I am teaching here is enough to get started. Okay, as you
Okay, and
progress, as per the requirement, we'll be using other Linux commands and things. Similar way in your project also, from there you can pick up. This is good to get started with. This is enough. For
okay,
DevOps
that
role,
is fine.
started with this enough.
Okay, thank you.
All right then. Thanks everyone. Have a good day. Happy weekend. See you all on Monday morning. Thank you all.
Yeah. Bye. Take care. Good night.
చెప్పు అర్థం